What's up, fam? It's your boy, and you already know what time it is, man. Look, I know I came on earlier. We talked about Google 20 for 1 stock split, talked about AMD blowing out earnings out the water and then running up 9% in the after hours. Then we also talked about Nvidia earlier, where it basically exploded as well off the sentiment of AMD based on its earnings report for AMD and all the option chain flow that came in for Nvidia throughout the last two cycles of the market sessions, and we since seen that actually explode over $11 in the after hours. Well, I'm not here to talk about any of that in this video as well, because man, I have more to unload on you today. Okay, so I'm going to actually try to explain this in theory, and a lot of you have already seen my previous video that I've done with AMC about how to sell covered calls. I'm going to leave that link up above, and you can check it out as well. But what I want to do in this video is talk about the first leg of the wheel strategy that encompasses selling puts, selling covered calls, actually getting exercise on your covered calls, and then transitioning back from those shares back to the overall topic of the market about selling puts. So in this video, I'm going to break all that down for you in full detail, so much so that you can understand where I'm coming from on this particular play. I'm going to show you exactly how I leverage 25K into getting into a position, and then how I'm actually going to watch that position play out over time, and then even show you how I expect for this play to play out, and how I'm even going to manage if it goes against me, how this still works out in my favor. Now, out of all of this information that I'm going to give you in this video, what I'm also going to detail very much systematically is how this alleviates you being a day trader in a market where it's very bearish and there's so much volatility in the market that you can't watch your portfolio every day. And this is just a particular play, in my opinion, only strictly in my opinion, not financial advice, that this can work out for you regardless of which way the market is going, as long as you are willing to understand the move that you are making in the market. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to look over at Roblox. Okay, Roblox is the particular play that we're going to talk about in this discussion today, because what I look at when it comes to Roblox, that this is an opportunity to get in at the probably right now what is considered the bottom on a particular play in Roblox. Okay, first of all, we're going to turn on our 200-day EMA. Now you see that Roblox has just now went over the threshold about actually on December 21st of actually having 200 days of actual trading days in the markets, in the stock market overall, so as to actually have a 200-day EMA. So what we're going to look at is one that you already see that this is bearish territory when it comes to the 200-day EMA on Roblox, because we're trading below this 200 EMA, this dark blue, this light blue line that you're seeing swinging across the candles that actually has it below where the stock is actually trading at. Now, why is this important? Because we know that we're in a bearish point in time on this particular play. Now, one of the things about this is that we kind of seen that we found the bottom on Roblox. Okay, basically Roblox hit this point here at 53.63, or basically we can say, yeah, 53.63 is the level that Roblox hit at a certain level, and it bounced back and started to recover at this particular time. Now, if you open my Discord fam, then you can use that first link down below if you're looking to be interested in that. You'll see that basically we already know what we're looking at for right here. We're looking for this V pattern to play out, right? Where the V pattern actually comes back to the length that it's always at. It can either one, fall at the first resistance level, or break through the next resistance level and come up to the next, or continue another trajectory up to the next, or to the next, and then it falls off eventually, right? Or it can fall off here, or it can fall off here, or it can fall off here and retrace back. It doesn't really matter. One of those two levels, one of those four levels is going to eventually fall back to, right? Now, I know from a technical standpoint, that doesn't sound solidified in information to give you, as I'm not even forecasting where it's going to return back to. And that's not the point here. The point here is that we made a sold put opportunity, and I'm going to show you how we took advantage of a sold put and why it's better to actually make a sold put, okay? So let's talk about 25K when it comes to this particular play, okay? Let's just pull up a calculator. I'm not going to try to do no drawing of diagrams, anything of that sort. I'm going to try to keep it real simple here because I know what you can go and find on YouTube. You can find people who are giving you charts, who are giving you diagrams, anything of this sort. And I'm going to try to keep it very simplistic for you. If you're entering a sold put, you go in with the intention of getting actually assigned or exercised on the actual put, okay? It doesn't really matter that you know that you're trying to put up you're trying to put up the capital so you can get alleviated from actually having to hold that capital so long. You want to be close enough to end the money on this actual put that you actually get assigned early as possible, and so that way you can roll over and you can be in possession of the shares where you now control the covered call perspective of the wheel strategy. That's my perspective, okay? People can tell you whatever they want to tell you. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, and this is the way that I feel about it. Okay, so now I entered on this particular play. Matter of fact, I'm not even doing this right for you. Let me make sure that we break this down exactly how it went down. So I don't want you to feel like I'm hiding anything from you. I want to be very transparent on what I'm doing here. And one of the things that I always try to pride myself on is making sure that when I talk to you about something that you're getting it from the horse's mouth, is no banana in the tailpipe, anything of that sort, that you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So here we go. Let's check this out over in the Discord. What you get from me is actually every short trade alert, every long trade alert, anything of the sort in between, whether it's crypto, anything of the sort for the time being. I promise to always share my transparency with my Discord fam first and foremost. But I'm going to be transparent here with you as well. So let's check this out. You'll see that this is a sell to open 3 contracts of Roblox for 18 March 2022 at a $65 put for a $7.28 premium. Now you manage the commission fees and the regulation fees or whatever they call it, regulatory fees or whatever. You'll see that I'm actually getting a premium credit to myself of $2,182 for these 3 sold puts. Okay. Now that's where we're at currently at this particular time. Okay. So let's go back over. Let's check out the chart because I want to show you why I decided that this is the right move for me to make at this point in time. Now remember, this is no stress off my back. This is how I'm looking at it. I have the less stress worrying about how a position is moving because to me, if this put goes in the direction that I don't want it to, that means it's below $65. If it's below $65, that means eventually if it closes on 18 March, I'm going to get assigned those contracts. I'm going to have to take the onus of 300 shares of Roblox, which is not a bad problem to have in my perspective because if I can own 300 shares of Roblox, fine, I'm going to own 300 shares of Roblox. But somebody paid me $2,000 to take possession of 300 shares of Roblox, which I'll break down here in a second, why I find that very hilarious at this point in time. But then let's say for some odd reason, 18 March comes and this thing is trading at $65.01. Well, I don't have to pay for 300 shares of Roblox. And on side of that as well, I get to keep the $2,000 in premium that they already awarded me at the point in time where I initiated the deal of this contract. So let's head back over to the stock. Let's check out what's going on the chart and let's look at it. So I'm looking at it in this perspective, folks. I'm going to kind of highlight these for you so you can kind of see exactly what I'm thinking at. This is the bottom here, folks. So I'm looking at now, we're already dealing with a V pattern coming in, right? That's what we're looking at first and foremost. And we're pretty much almost back to the very tipping point where we came from, which is about $75.43, where we want to go next. I feel like we're going to break through this early resistance of $70.11, and that's going to be a wash. But we're going to go up to $75.43. Now, if we get up to this level, I'm almost certain at some point in time, I'm going to be up over 30 to 40% on this particular play, maybe even more than that. I may be underselling how much value that this actually will be at $75 on the option chain, right? But if we get to that level, what I look at is that I'm going to be up 40 to 50% or somewhere in that range, 30 to 50%, where I'm going to be able to say I can take profit here and be okay with not getting the full capturing of $2,000, where I can actually take $1,000 maybe or so. And I may not even have to hold it as long as I expected to have to hold it and actually close that position and capture my $1,000 premium or so, whichever it could be, and then actually sit back and wait for another opportunity to get Roblox at an even lower value. Okay. Now, why is that important? Because to me, what is important on this particular play is that I'm okay with owning the shares, but if it runs away from me, you take advantage of actually selling the contract back to the market and capturing the premium that you would have got for free to actually sit back on the sideline and try again. Okay, that's important here, right? But now let's look at how far this thing can continue to run. I believe that Roblox can actually continue to run all the way up to at least $80. Okay, at least $80 from here. So I feel like I'm on the right end of a play, particularly at this moment in time, where I can take advantage of it. Now, let's say, for instance, that this thing does go against me. What's the problem? Really, truly, I have any. I don't have any at all. The only problem that I have, if this thing actually goes below $65, and let's say it goes to its all-time lows below $53, that's where I run into a problem at. I want to show you this $53. We'll be below this yellow line at the very bottom here, okay? That's the only problem that I can have here, because then I have to wait for Roblox to recapture itself, and I could be holding on to shares that I'm not actually making a lot of value off of at that point in time. But why is it important that I'm actually doing this sold put in the first place, right? So let's bring the calculator up, and I want to kind of do some math with you so you can kind of see where it actually lies at, okay? So first things first, the premium was $7.28, okay? So let's take $7.28, and we're going to divide that by the $65 strike price, okay? $65 strike price, you times that by 100, I'm getting 11.2% on that value, okay? 11.2% on that particular value of the share price on the premium versus the actual strike price, okay? 11.2%. You don't get that at the bank any day of the week, okay? So then let's take it back another step. Let's talk about this in shares, okay? $65, right, times 300 is actually 19.5. Now remember, I got 20. So basically, if I was to buy those 300 shares on the open market, but Roblox, it would cost me $19,500. Now remember, I got $2,182 in premium up front for actually waiting on the sideline for Roblox to close below $65 in market value on 18 March 2022. So let's minus that $21.82 away from that $19.5. Technically, folks, I'm getting Roblox for $17,318 for the same 300 shares that would have cost me $19,500 in the first place, okay? Now, when you look at it in that perspective, I'm already getting a discount on this particular play, which is absolutely a steal in my opinion, because I don't believe Roblox would ever stay down at these levels that it's trading at right now, and I believe that this is $100 stocks. So what's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is I get assigned these shares and I have to hold it longer than I expected to, but I actually can go into the step 2 of my actual will strategy, where I get to sell covered calls based on what I see the market doing at that point in time when it comes to Roblox, which is up to me to understand the sentiment of the market and understand where is the resistance levels that I think that Roblox cannot get past in the immediate future. So for me, it's about timing what's actually happening in the market. And what's the worst case scenario about the step 2 of the wheel strategy when it comes to the cover calls is if you actually got to exercise your right to your shares and give them up on a cover call. Basically, I'm making profit regardless, because as long as I'm selling above that $65 strike on the cover call point, I'm actually making money at that point in time too. So either way, full circle roundabout, I can make money on this in 3-step increments, and I'm looking to do just that. So the first leg, like I talked about here, is the first, I actually get assigned shares, 300 of them for Roblox, eventually on a $65 strike. But that may not happen right away, and you probably will see an updated video where either I got assigned or I actually had sold back the contract to the market because I made so much value on the sold put right away that it was no reason to actually sit back and wait for an opportunity to get assigned those shares where I can actually go back into the market and try again for a lower strike or for a better strike for more value based on what I actually have in the portfolio. So look, if you would have questions about this, this is the type of time where I want you to ask me the questions that you feel that's important to understand about the wheel strategy, about selling puts, about selling cover calls, anything of the sort, so that way I understand where you're looking for knowledge at in this particular moment. Okay, so definitely hit me up in the comments and let me know, because I read every single one of your comments each and every day. So I hope that you found value in this, and if you definitely have, definitely hit the like button and definitely sign up for that Discord using that first link down below if you want to get more insight like this and my perspective in psychology on the stock market each and every day. I try to keep it very simple for you, and I'm going to continue to do just those things for you as well. So I hope that you found value. I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe. Peace.